Hello, my beautiful ducklings. It's your friendly Gruppeteer, and I'm back again with another Steven Universe vlog. And this week's episode is the test. And, didn't like last week's episode, did you? No, not the episode of the show, my vlog, yeah. It's fine. I don't mind that much. But coming onto my video and insulting me for having opinions is pretty low. If you have opinions, I want to congratulate you, because you are a human being. You have the capability to feel emotions and make your own opinions. And I congratulate you. I wish I was that cool, but I'm not. So, making fun of me for having opinions is just stupid. And that makes you look stupid. You look stupid. It's okay if you don't agree with my opinions. It's okay if you have a counter argument against my opinions. But just coming and saying, no, it's stupid. What does that get you? What does that get you? Makes you look like an idiot. As I was saying, welcome to the Steven Universe vlog. Sorry about last week's vlog. Nobody liked that one. I guess not. But this week we have the test. And in this episode, while playing a board game, Steven finds the little statuette that he was supposed to bring to the temple back in the Cheeseburger Backpack episode. And obviously feeling guilty that he forgot it in that episode, he apologized to the Gems, which the Gems admit that entire thing was just a test for him. And that makes Steven a little shocked. He thought it was like a real mission. And things only get worse when the Gems kind of just say that it was a really easy mission that he failed. So, to make it up to him, I still have that Ebola, I don't know why. To make it up to him, the Gems make their own little obstacle course dungeon kind of thing for Steven to go through and train, and he does it. And upon getting to one of the last challenges, he finds out that the entire obstacle course was set up so there was no possible way he could get hurt. All the obstacles will either stop when he's standing there, or they'll go around him, or they'll just really not even affect him at all. So he gets pretty mad at that, with good reason, pretty much saying that the Gems don't think he could do a hard challenge. But then upon kind of going out of the dungeon and on top of the dungeon, it was a little weird. He finds out that the Gems actually only want to boost his morale, boost his confidence, because whenever he does that, he can form the bubble, he can form the shield, he can form all those things, and they want him to have his healing powers back, I think. So they create that dungeon to do so, and upon learning that, Steven, he's like, I'll do this dungeon. So he walks through all the obstacles, don't do anything, and he gets to the Gems, and everybody hugs, and everybody's happy. Wow, took me 2 minutes to explain that plot. That's never happened. It never happens in one of these vlogs. This was a nice episode, I guess. It showed how much the Gems are willing to either look at Steven as an actual person, or look at Steven as just another piece of defense in their attack against the attackers. I don't know. On one side, Steven's obviously an actual person that they have emotions for, but are they just training him? Are they just training him to, have the shield, have the bubble, have the have the spit that heals people, like raising a pig for slaughter, practically? I mean, it's dabbled upon other times in the show, but this episode is kind of seen as half and half-ish. I think more of they care about Steven and they want to see him grow instead of not caring about Steven and just wanting his powers. That's how I see it. And I'd rather see it that way. They don't look as much as jerks if I see it that way. Um, and it was just a really nice episode overall. I mean, the designs of the dungeon were really creative, kind of reflecting a bit on the personality of the gems. Like Amethyst has like an Indiana Jones thing set up. Big old ball rolls down her giant tongue thing and tries to flatten Steven. You know, kind of while it's got like the torches and the vines and all that stuff you'd see in a jungle, and kind of looks like a temple. Where the ball comes out of, you know, obviously tying in with a wild theme, whereas, you know, Amethyst is a pretty wild person. Pearl has more of a delicate personality, and so it's more of a music-based strategy and remembrance, kind of Simon kind of thing going on in her dungeon. And then Garnet has as Steven says it, Garnet heats things up and has like a much more intense challenge with much more potential dangers, for she's more of a strong, go through, don't really stop and think, kind of, I think, I don't know, person. So that was cool how they had to reflect the personalities, and there was also a really funny scene in the beginning where Steven's looking through all the board games, and he says things like, don't wake the father figure, you know, like a whole bunch of parodies like, you know, don't wake daddy, Operation, I think Sorry was one of them. That was funny if you understand the board references, of course, which if you don't, that's not exactly the worst thing in the world. And like overall there isn't a lot to talk about, but there was a lot of heart in this episode. The episodes don't have to be moving with the storyline or have a lot of emotion in them to be amazing, but if they show how much the gems are coming to care for Steven even more than they did before, and they're starting to treat him like a, you know, like a member of their team, trying to make him train, trying to make him stronger, instead of just saying, yeah, Steven, go jump off cliffs as Connie, which I did, then it's not as, you know, it seems a bit more human of them, even though they're not human. It seems a bit more, they care for him, you know, there's more of a bond, and as, you know, as simple as they might be, it's not exactly easy to write, and it's not exactly easy to convey, especially in cartoons. Although I guess it might be easier in cartoons because you can draw out the emotion. I don't know. As an artist, I don't really know. A drawing artist. As a drawing artist, it's easy to draw out emotions, but you know, it's not the easiest to convey it because people don't really take, you know, cartoons as seriously as they take, I don't know, a real movie, so it's a bit harder to make the emotions happen. But it was just pretty much a nice episode overall. The backgrounds were really nice. The music was really nice. Everything was implemented really well. The design of the dungeon was actually really creative. How it's just a whole bunch of different sections. It was like that episode of Adventure Time, the Dungeon Train one. Practically, it was like the Steven Universe version of the Dungeon Train. What's up with my hair? Why isn't it staying still? Besides that, not really much to say. You know, all around nice episode. No real problems with it. Just kind of, you know, conveyed some really nice heart that I like to see in episodes like this. So thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up button with your face button, and maybe subscribe if you want to lose some more brain cells. Chicka chicka.